All right. Here we go, episode 1. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to my little show called The Old School Lighting Show. I've got a lot of different little shows on YouTube, and this is one of them. So on this show, nostalgia takes over a little bit, and we start talking about all of this cool stuff that we don't really use too much in the motion picture and TV world anymore. And I figured that before I put all of this stuff in storage, I may as well at least do a few little quick videos on each and every single one of these items before I put them away, and hopefully we'll be able to take them back out again and use them one day. But for now, they're gonna go to sleep in a storage unit, and before I do that, I'm gonna make some cool videos and we can talk about it, so I can't wait to see the comments. But in the meantime, first episode, check this out, guys. This little guy right here, remember this? Have you ever seen these before? This is a par can, a black par can. Sometimes you could get these in silver too. Now this one happens to be a really small one. This one was called a par 20, P-A-R, par 20. And then they had bigger ones too, if I remember. I think they had par 46, and I think they had like a par 56, and they also had a par 64, which in the film business, that was the most common one, and the rock and roll business too. That was like the 1000 watt, and sometimes on the par 64s, you could even find a 1200 watt tungsten lamp that would go into a big par can. Those were called fire starters because, man, those things got hot. But this one right here, by the way, there's a truck backing up. You hear that? Perfect timing. When you start recording, there's a big old truck that won't stop backing up with the beep. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. Maybe not with this little guy. Anyway, this is a par 20, and inside here right now, it's got a little narrow beam, 75 watt tungsten lamp. And you can either just plug it straight in and straight into power and it'll just pop right on, or I'm gonna get some B-roll footage in a second. But you can also hook it up to a little kind of hand dimmer or a hand squeezer is what some people call them. And I've got an example of that right here. I just got an old kind of cheapy one, and I'm probably gonna do a video on these as well. But I've got this, and this is a dimmer, so you can just flip it on, and boom, that's all there is to it, just like a normal little house lamp or anything like that. But normally these smaller ones would be used for little accents, little spots, and you could get like little wide flood lamps, you could get little narrow beams, and they had different color temperatures too. I think this one's probably either a 2700 or a 3000. Sometimes you could even find 3200s. And there were even really rare ones called dichroic lenses. And those actually had a blue filter on top of the yellow golden lamp. And that would actually turn it into like a 5600 Kelvin, which would basically be a daylight color temperature. So if you have one of these things hooked up to a dimmer like this, you can just go ahead and, I don't know if you can see it, I'm pretty sure you can. So you can bring the level way, way low. You can bring it all the way back up again. So that's max power for a 75 watt. And then you could also get, I think, 50 watt, 100 watt, and all kinds of different variations on these little guys. You've got a little gel frame in here, which, you got like a little latch there. It's kind of hard to mess with, but you could take out the gel frame like so. Here's the gel frame right here. You could also get barn doors, little flappy things that go in front of your lights to kind of shave the light, create shadows off the walls and all of that type of stuff. And the way this would work is it would just go onto a stand. You've got a little baby receiver, just be a regular, everyday 120 volt Edison plug, no big thing there. And then you can also just kind of pop out the back. And this one might get a little tricky. Here you go. So I'm not sure if you can see that here. But here's an example of the lamp. There's a little socket inside. You can just go ahead and twist it out. Sometimes they were like a bi-pin, or sometimes they were just like a regular household lamp. You can just twist it in. And that's pretty much it. That's the par 20, the old par can stage lights that were used in photography and theater and movies and music videos and anything else that you could possibly imagine. This is kind of like one of the ways that it all got started. So I don't know if you see a lot of these out there anymore. You probably do, but they're probably all really old and beat up. You can probably still buy new ones. And if you need them, by the way, you can visit thelafirm.com. Hey, you guys knew a commercial was coming, right? I'm doing this for a reason. Visit my website, thelafirm.com, and you'll see information in the description below, and probably some stuff coming up on the bottom of your screen. And there you're going to be able to find all kinds of stuff: lighting, camera, sound equipment. And not just for entertainment. I'm talking about like landscape stuff, architectural stuff, all kinds of really cool fixtures and systems that you probably never even really thought of. So check it out. And if you want to buy stuff, support the little guy and check out my website. All right, guys. So that's it for this episode of Old School Lighting. There's a lot more coming, so make sure you keep watching them. And thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.